In this video, we're going to take a look at applying the limit laws to compute some limits. So this one's pretty basic, but we're just going to go step by step and show how the limit laws are used to compute these things. So right here, I want to evaluate this limit. The limit is x goes to 2 of 3x plus 5. So just glancing back at the limit laws here, I can see that what I have is the limit of the sum of two functions. I have two functions being added together, right? And so this limit law says as long as these limits exist, the individual limits exist, then you can rewrite this as the sum of two limits right here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I just use that limit law and split that up into two limits there. That's it. Okay. So looking at this limit over here, that's the limit as x goes to 2 of a constant function, which we already talked about. And on this one, what I have is a constant, right, times some other function. So looking back at the limit laws once again, I can see right here that I have this part for that first limit here. I have a constant, and in this example, it's 3 times some other function. So what I can do is pull that 3 out in front of the limit, provided that this limit exists right here. So applying that limit law would look like this. I took this 3, the constant, and I pulled it out here. So I have 3 times the limit as x goes to 2 plus the limit as x goes to 2 of 5. And so these are the two basic limits that we talked about at the very first video about the limit laws. This is the function x, the identity function. So the limit as x goes to 2 of x would just be 2. And then this is the limit of a constant function, and so the limit would just be that same constant there. So that would look like this, right? That limit is 2. That limit comes out to be 5, right? And so then I have 3 times 2 plus 5, which comes out to be 11. So the limit laws say that that is the limit of this function here. And now you may say, okay, well, it looks like, I can just plug in a 2 here in and for x, because that's essentially what this part would look like here. And actually the answer is, in this case, yes, you can do that. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in other videos here. So it turns out really that you can't always do that, but in a lot of cases you can, and the limit does work out that way. And so in the second limit law video, or the third limit law video, we'll talk a little bit about when you can do that and when you can't.